So I'm going to start just by asking a question. How many of you failed?
How many times?
We've all failed, right? How many of you learned from your failures? Okay. How many of you have been successful? How many of you have learned from your successes? A little bit. I'm going to challenge your paradigm for just a second. And what I'm going to ask you to do is think, how often are your successes duplicatable? 100% of the time. How often do you know exactly what you did that led to that success? Do you always know? You don't. I'm going to ask you another question. When you fail, do you know how to duplicate that failure? 9 times out of 10. Am I right? You're like, man, I am never going to do that again. Am I right? I'm never going to do that again. How many times do we do it again? I'm guilty. I did it again, right? Sometimes we duplicate that failure. And that second time we duplicate that failure, how much more likely are we to repeat that failure? A lot less likely every single time. That's a unique gift. And it's a gift that most people don't understand. And it's a gift that I think most people do not see. When you learn from your failures and you learn how to not do it again, what happens on that path to success? Imagine you're in a forest and there's all these paths that's not marked. Maybe you have some memorable things. But when you go down that wrong path, how much easier is it to not go down that path again? A lot easier. If you just happen to stumble your way through that forest and get to the other side, are you going to be able to do it again? You just went 30 miles through this forest with all these paths and you just randomly came out on the other side? Can you always duplicate that? What if instead you mapped that forest and you made a plan and you put X's on all the spots that don't lead to where you want to go? Can you get back there again with that map? It's going to be easy, right? So one of the things that I've learned in my career is something pretty simple. This is a principle I like to teach, and I like the people that I work with to embody. Success is failure being reborn. If I can fail harder, faster, and more efficiently than you without doing it on purpose, because if you do it on purpose, that's just crazy, right? But if I learn from my mistakes, if I learn from my failures, and I do it quickly and efficiently, how likely am I going to be successful? What about the person that just keeps butting up against that same problem over and over and over again? Are they going to learn? Probably not. Scriptures call that kicking against the pricks. Not a fun thing. Just imagine yourself standing in front of a cactus with a bare foot. Oh, I'm just going to keep doing that. Let me just keep doing that. That's kicking against the pricks. Not very smart, right? But some of us do it some of the time. And I'll just tell you one thing. Stop it. Don't do that anymore. Stop. Try a different paradigm. Here's a new paradigm for you. If you want to be successful, partner with someone who has already been where you want to go, right? When you have an advisor that has made all the mistakes already, wouldn't it be smart to learn from them? You know what the difference between a really smart person is and a dumb person? I'll tell you. It's not very nice, but I'll tell you. And I've been a dumb person way too many times for me not to tell you all about it, because I've made a lot of mistakes over the years. The difference between a smart person and a dumb person is a dumb person learns from their own mistakes. A smart person learns from other people's mistakes. Do you really have to jump off the bridge to know it's a bad idea? Come on, I'm going to quote your mom and dad here for a minute. Really? If everybody else is jumping off a bridge, are you going to do it? I've jumped off a bridge. I really have. There were bridges, and I had friends, and we jumped off them. It's not always a good idea. It's not. I didn't get hurt, thankfully. But this low bridge that we would jump off into this lake area, there was one across the way, the much higher bridge, and that apparently some legendary kid had done that. And they were all, my friends, like, oh, you should do that. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to do that. I'm not jumping off that bridge, right? If we are willing to look into ourselves and seek that inner guidance as well, you'll find it. You'll find the way to go on the path. I think each of us has a light within us. We all do. And if we follow that, and if we intend to do good, we will do more. And we will be great. I'll even go as far, and you don't have to believe. You can say higher power, or you can say God, you can say whatever you want. But I believe God has instilled greatness in all of us.